G'day guys, Jake from Fire Pants Fab here. We're just going to do a quick video today on replacing the ceramic glass on your grinder platen. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, the platen is the bit that runs behind the belt, and pretty much all of our grinders go out with a nice piece of ceramic glass on it, which has been glued onto either steel or aluminium backing, which then bolts to your machine. It's important to have a nice flat and smooth platen backing, just to keep your grinds nice and smooth and nice and flat. Any imperfections in this will show on what you're trying to grind as well. Over time, even the ceramic glass, being wear resistant, it will still wear out, and every now and then you might just need to go through this, which either means replacing it completely, or if you want to clean it up, you can always just use the back of the glass and then scrape the rest of the glue off it. So at least you get two uses out of your glass. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you how we do it, and it's quite a quick and simple procedure. It takes only a couple of minutes. Basically, you just need to remove the platen from your machine. Just put it in a vise facing upright. And we've got a scraper, a replacement piece of glass. We've got a gas torch, some sticky tape, and we've got some JB World, which is the steel reinforced epoxy. They've got a few different flavors, but this is the one that we recommend for this. You'll notice that it doesn't look the same as the glass that we supply. I use a different glue just because I can do a large batch, but it takes a very long time to dry, whereas a JB Weld is great for doing one or two pieces, and it sets very hard very quickly. So for replacements, this is what we recommend. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the gas torch to heat up the glass, and what we'll see is the glue will start to bubble and move around a little bit. At that point, we'll use the scraper to start working under one of the edges. As we work along, it'll just melt the glue, and the glass will just pop off neatly. So as you can see, it took quite a bit of heat to get it started, to get the scraper in there. But once it came in, it was quite easy. So just give it a quick scrape to get any of the loose parts off, and it doesn't have to be perfect because the new glass will sit over the old glue anyway. Great. Now that that's been cleaned up, make sure you leave it to cool down, and while it's doing that, we can get started mixing the JB weld and preparing the new glass to go on. So we're just going to use a little bit of tape to cover up the bolt holes. I just use regular sticky tape, just anything that's thin and that will seal it up temporarily. It's not too important. So just take a small piece, make sure it seals up all around the hole. Okay, and take our glue. So mix this up in equal parts. Just give them a thorough mix. As soon as you've got it nice and consistent, we're just going to put a nice smear down the middle of the platen. Then we'll take our glass, work out which side you want to be up or down, and drop it on top, and then work it around by hand, and you can see all the where it's contacting. Just give it some reasonably firm pressure, just to squeeze it out, wriggle it around a bit, just to try and get that glue where you want it. If any squeezes out the side and you want some more on the corners, you can easily just scrape it up, slide it around a bit. We should just keep going until it's a nice even coverage. once you're happy with how much you've got on there, it should be a nice even consistency, so you can't see any air bubbles or gaps. Just make sure you position it where you want it. Avoid touching it with your fingers too, it just makes a mess. And scrape off the excess while it's still soft. There we go. So while it's setting, it takes about 20 or 30 minutes in most weather for it to actually start to set hard before it all stops sliding around. So avoid bumping it, and don't put any clamps on it. I've found that when you clamp it, it'll tend to flex, and you either end up with a platen that's not flat or it'll crack. So just letting it sit naturally is the best, and just leave it alone. Okay, now after you've let your platen glue set 100%, I left this for about a week and a half just because I had a bunch of other things to do, but usually in nice weather it might only take maybe only an hour or two. So just to finish it off, you can just bolt it straight back on your grinder and start using it, or I like to use a diamond plate. This is about a 600 grit diamond plate. I just use it to just roughly take all the edges off it, just so there are no sharp bits to catch myself on, and it just makes it a little bit more chip resistant. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how I do that, and just it only takes a few seconds, and yeah, then we're good to go. So we're just going to have the diamond plate sitting down on the bench. Just grab your platen, and we just want to run just a couple of strokes over all of the edges, and just a little nick on each corner. That's all it takes. There we go. There's a ready to use. No sharp edges on that. And because we put the tape over the threads, our bolt holes aren't full of glue and whatever. Our edges are reasonably clean. You can just clean that up quickly with the sanding belt, or just leave it if it doesn't bother you. And there's a little thick bit on there, so I might just pick that off with a scraper, and away we go. So thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, click the like button if you did, of course. Leave a comment if there's anything you're not sure about or you want me to clarify, and also leave a comment if there's something else you'd like me to show you how to do, because this is something I've been meaning to do for a while. I get a lot of emails and calls about replacing these, so yeah, it's been on my list for a while, and now I've done this, I need more things to put on my list. So enjoy and good luck.